beats Imperial again. This is the Liquid I've been waiting for. And I'm gonna make.
Okay, well, if he wants to be in that great mood, he has to come through this draft unscratched.
Oh!
And has to have a good plan in mind. Oops, there we go. With a good plan in mind with his team to beat Imperial, and I think Imperial will have a plan as well. So let's take a look at what that plan can be. Imperial versus Team Liquid. Game 2 here. The winner of the series will move forward to face actually Alliance straight after this series. And then the loser will face Escape Gaming in the last best of 3 of the day. And yes, it will be a long day, and these players are ready for it.
So interested, guys. Why the Lifestealer? I mean, why is no one touching Warlock again? He did so much last game.
Maybe they're just not feeling as confident after that. I don't know if Liquid even really likes. Maybe they just don't even like playing it. But maybe they'll pick it here. Who knows? Like they started with a different opener. You know, they did this Mirana Oracle, which isn't the most standard. They were just kind of going for their own type of things, not really worrying about what the other team grabs up, baiting them into this type of Bat Rider pick as well. So, Steve, I think the Liquid's approach was pretty cool that game for sure.
We now have both series where the side stayed the same. Alliance, Radiant all the time. With Escape, first pick all the time. So far, Imperial and Liquid both have been respectively Dire, Radiant, and both have been respectively first pick, second pick. What does it say?
It worked first time. Yeah, don't change it.
If it ain't broke, Sheev.
Yeah, but it didn't work for Imperial, now did it?
Well, I think Imperial may still just get the bat anyway.
Okay.
I don't think necessarily the bat was the problem. I think it was other parts of the draft and the play, so I don't see any reason why they wouldn't pick bat again for STJ. But maybe they want to change it.
They could want to change it up. You know, sometimes you get deterred when you lose with the hero.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just like, you know, we're still super confident. This guy is like the king of Sand King, the king of Bat Rider. You know, he's had such good performances.
Also, I want to say Slaughter. I think we've seen him have some Slaughter there they can work with pretty nicely. Or they could look to pick up Baby Knights here. You know, obviously last time we saw Liquid that was again banning out Drow, OD, and then third ban potentially again. They will just ban out the sniper to make sure that Miracle doesn't have to deal up with that in the mid lane.
I think a good approach for Imperial would be is to ban out the Morphling too, but yeah,
they
still
again.
go to the bat.
It wasn't the fault in game 1, so there's no reason not to pick it up again.
Sure. We mentioned it, like even Parker said it too. It's just like the momentum got pushed on their side of the map. It was so much pressure on Hesta Joe to like make all the plays on the map, and Liquid was just very keen on doing it. So
Liquid ban out the sniper. Yep. It's just standard kind of draft, standard bans at least against Imperial for sure.
Yeah, if you missed last game, here it is again.
Yep.
Round 2.
So far, it is exactly the same.
Yes.
We'll see if Imperial bans out the next assassin again, as
They
they
do.
last time. They do.
A reap.
Okay, this is not live, guys.
What did Liquid fourth ban last time? Can you remember? What was the fourth ban from Liquid?
The fourth ban from Liquid
was it SD?
Yeah,
it was Shadow Demon, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if they necessarily ban Shadow Demon, because then now they've seen that Imperial do it. Wow, they ban it anyway. Yep, okay, shut up.
Okay.
It's still everything the same.
Sorry, guys.
Fourth ban from Imperial last time was Darkseer.
Darkseer, yep.
We've had some.
I don't think that
problems.
banned Darkseer.
No, come on.
Nah, that's
ban Darkseer. Do it.
Ban, they might ban, I don't know if they might, but just ban Morphling. Or ban the Chen. You know, ban Kuroki's Chen. That was something that's helping them push the lanes early.
Yeah,
I mean, the
it
Chen
didn't have that much impact on the.
They banned them all. They banned them all.
Okay. I think it's much more appropriate.
Good.
It's so hard to catch this hero once he gets the Lincolns. You have to drop. You have to like expend so much. It's just like it's such a nuisance. You might as well just get rid
What
of it.
did Liquid third pick last time?
Liquid first pick Void.
It was Void. Yeah. Void, Morphling, and then Chen. They finished with.
But, you know, they open themselves up to the Darkseer now.
Darkseer is there.
You can't let him have purple. He gets purple, he'll get your Nurple.
Right.
Nothing wrong with purple. Is anything out there wrong with purple?
Damn it, Void. Rhymes with purple.
Rurple? Alright, anyway, so Faceless Void's
I can't think of anything.
I think at this point, if you're Imperial, you just got to start thinking, well, Liquid, they're doing the same thing. We've obviously managed to take out one of the heroes that they did pick last time. Do they then, obviously, who else are they worried about but Timberman picking up in a game like this? And how do they want to play against it? Imperial now with their third pick. I kind of like to see something, I mean, I want to see I think it's Rise who plays the Rubik really well.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, hell yeah!
That's another Baby Knight option.
Yeah,
they
cool.
felt obviously last game, they didn't want to do the Warlock mid again, which was their third pick in game 1. They're going to pick Silencer, which almost certainly is going to be the core Silencer from Baby Knight.
Yeah, it's always a cool combo with the Bat Rider.
And it's very good against the lineup that relies on an Oracle, the Void and Mirana. The global silence absolutely destroys these, because Mirana, with the builds, obviously, recently, she's not going to be picking up a man-style anytime soon unless she wants to change it up. Void as well, not really anything to dispel the silence. So at the moment, these three heroes, until Void gets eventually a Manta Diffusal, but obviously recently we just see Voids go for the Vlads and the Blink on the offlane. It forces Liquid to really think about how they round up this draft with the last two and ways that they can allow their team to play around the global silence.
You know, we kind of said it at like the beginning panel before these teams even started playing. It's like the team that gets like the proper jump off between these two is probably going to be the ones that win. So this is a cool little approach to not only like be a kind of counter-initiate to Liquids, but also having that Batrider silence global combo and then just making like the fight almost impossible.
Because you've got these two backliners that are really key to spot out, I feel like if you're Liquid, you want to pick a hero that's going to help catch them out. I mean, I'd still like to see them maybe just shift Void to Matthew, maybe pick up Beastmaster for mind control, so you've got that Hawk vision, helps you find the silencer, the Batrider, makes it very hard for Imperial to turn into a fight. Just something that's going to help you against the dumping in, but no, they'll go for the Darks here.
Instead.
So it is looking to be the Timberman Void, so they are going to do that.
Purple.
That's too much purple.
They got
There
all the
is
purple
officially no word that rhymes with purple.
Oh, really?
Really.
Huh.
There's a whole list of words that don't have rhyme words.
Oh, what are you gonna do? That's crazy. So I got a question for you, Puck. Real question. Silencer always kind of been the go-to for ending big team fight ults like Oracle and Faceless Void in the pub, but he's not picked up too much in pro games. Why is that?
It's a long cooldown. It gets countered by Lotus Orbs, gets countered by Diffusal. You know, it's just like there's so many different options to kind of deal with it. But it can still be ran in some situations, especially with the Batrider, I would say. So I think he has his weaknesses, you know, but I think you can kind of play around it if you get a good lead, especially if you're just using the ultimate very properly and everything. It can work out really nicely with a nice hero that can initiate at the start.
I just going back as well to this choice to have Void being played by Matumba rather than other. I do like it because normally on the off lane because you go for the Blink Vlads. In the safe lane you are probably going to go for the Manta Diffusal build.
Yes.
So you're going to have that core that can obviously at a certain point start to have less fear of the global silence coming out in the team fights. Liquid this last ban still looking to take out that what should be the second support, unless they really want to switch up Imperial and play support silencer, but I'm pretty sure in like 90% plus of their games it is always Baby Knight playing it mid. Other strong supports they play, obviously Lion, the Rubik, things that we've seen in the past from Imperial and Rise playing.
They haven't played it much, I don't think, but Disruptor looks pretty keen for their lineup, at least to have more catch.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think if I've seen a game where they played that.
Yeah, I don't think I have. It's very good versus Oracle, Darkseer, and Void.
Yeah.
In like the trio kind of that manner. And it also gives them some catch, which they're lacking besides the Batrider.
I want to say as well, in terms of supports, Imperial, it feels like they have a smaller pool than other teams. They just have these supports that Rise and Nora are very, very good at. And obviously that opens up the potential for you to ban against them pretty nicely. Now, Imperial's last ban, you're still looking at Liquid, you're imagining that they are just looking for what should be Kuroki's hero. No, the question is if they do ban out the Chen. Are you worried about Kuro's Chen coming through and then pushing lanes again?
I mean, maybe just because you lost first hit, but it's not something you'd naturally see them do. Liquid's drafting is very interesting, just the way that they're leaving their like lanes kind of open-ended, their hero picks open-ended. They're not really revealing too much. I mean, of course, the Void and the Darkseer shows which they're going to be going in, but Mirana can still be support. More than likely, it's going to be mid, but there's still that option because of the Oracle synergizes quite well with it. Of course, Chronosphere later on gives you the automatic arrow, and you know, Mirana ultimate throughout all stages is just great, no matter what position it's played on.
Very true. So Imperial looking for their last hero. They have a lot of time left, and it's going to be a support silencer.
It is going to be the support silencer.
Oh boy.
It's kind of cool.
Oh boy.
Not a lot of lockdown on the side of Liquid at all. Obviously, they just have like the arrow and the Chronosphere, but no actual stuns to kind of deal with them other than that.
They can still fix that with their last pick, though.
Yes, they can.
Sure.
Something to do with the storm for that Kuroki could help with some kind of lockdown.
They could even still go for the Nyx Assassin off lane and then just have Mirana roaming.
It's still banned, right?
That's still banned.
Yeah. It did not get unbanned.
I mean, they could. I think that it's most likely though that they would just play the Mirana mid. They don't do that as much on a.
Don't want to stray away from norm too much.
I mean, obviously Imperial banning out of Ricky. I wonder if they're trying to get rid of those kind of heroes. Liquid might see that as and go for something like old school, like a Kuro bounty roaming around.
I think the Ricky was just because of the storm, right?
Yeah.
The cloud.
Yeah.
But
Right.
It is the support Mirana.
Look
So
at that.
I like this. Both teams kind of changing something up from what they normally do. It's not kind of the staple expected hero heroes and player combinations.
So, give it. What's your favorite?
I'm gonna go Liquid.
I think Liquid, Miracle on Alchemist, that's pretty hard to beat. There's a lot of teams that struggle with Alch in this meta, and I mean, I'll be impressed if Imperial can win this one, but I think Liquid to take a second game.
I want to be away from the crowd and go, but I have no faith in support Silencer. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to go with Liquid as well. Shaver.
So normally we did kind of like that. I would then go for Imperial, but I don't want to do that. I also go for Liquid. So maybe we're all wrong. Maybe we're all right. We're
no
gonna
stuns
find
for
out.
Storm.
No stuns.
Maybe.
No stuns.
So there's definitely a niche for Imperial to do well in this game. But we're gonna find out if they can take this one and push it to a third game. It is over to Annie and Fog for game 2 of Imperial
Annie and
versus
Fog?
Liquid.
Me?
Annie and
Annie and
Fog.
Gods. Annie and Gods.
Hurry, Fog.
All right, thank you very much, Cheever. I am here with the lovely Fogged. How's it going, man?
Oh, doing great.
Yeah, again, game number 2 of Liquid versus Imperial. A lot of people were expecting a ton out of Imperial. They kind of got rolled on last game.
Yeah, it was very quick. The ending made it look like that game was one-sided, a stomp, but they had an okay early game. The mid game fell apart. One good chrono, and I guess with good reason. We see another void. This time around, though, it won't be in Mind Control's hand, so we'll see if Matu can live up to the 4-man chronos.
I believe, man. We
Mind
got
control.
we got the power of the 9Ks here sitting. So,
Got to one-up them and go for the 5-man chronos.
how you feel about the support silencer?
So, I don't know. I want to say it's okay. Mostly because I believe and played this hero when I was a lot when I used to play a bit competitively, but it's one of those heroes that doesn't really move or do a whole lot. Like, it can zone okay, but you kind of just want your carry to like leave and go to the jungle so you can get some farm and levels like early on. It's a very like immobile kind of lowish impact support that like 90% of the time you're having a very low impact, but that 10% of the time when you've got your ultimate and you make that big global silence at a clutch time, you can make the plays happen, and that's where you look good. And it forces Liquid to kind of get a few items like mantas or diffusals on Void and whatnot before they can truly fight the Greaves on the Darkseer to be able to dispel that. But problem is, you're a support silencer, you're being picked for the global. Once Darkseer is Greaves, once the Void has a manta or diffusal,
Yep.
Out can get a manta, like then you're like, wait a second, I just globaled, no one died.
Yeah, I mean, aside from Chrono and Wall, there's really not a whole lot that you got to be wary of. And all right, that's enough. Miracle.
Yeah. It works really well with the bat. And this is where Imperial like to play it. They like to use it so the bat blinks in, lassos, and they instantly global silence. And it actually takes away the Oracle as a bat rider counter because Oracle is one of those heroes that isn't going to be able to farm up a Greaves or a Manta style or whatever it may be. Something to get rid of the global silence. So it kind of guarantees getting value out of your bat rider pick. Because last game we saw the bat, that was one of the rare games for Hestia where he had a low impact.
Looks like we could have some blood near the rune here. There's going to be a smoke up as the rest of Imperial are
They
wrapping
won't get
around.
the rune, but they should get the kills.
Oh, GH is going to go and pop the smoke. Looks like Mirana holding on to that skill point. May have to grab up Leap. There's going to be Kuroki trying to do what he can to save, and there's no catch. Imperial just wasted a ton of time and didn't even try for the runes.
It was a cool little sneaky play, but they didn't get to the rune in time.
That's
and
2 runes go in the way of Liquid and a smoke down for Imperial.
we're on top of an observer ward as well, so I mean, Liquid kind of knew what was going on. It meant that they could retreat the correct direction. Mirana ran into them almost intentionally to break the smoke, knowing that she had boots and could level up Leap if needed. You never really want to level up the Leap because you want to have arrow to pressure the mid lane as well as just jungle a little bit, and that's what GH does end up leveling up. There is one already for neutral.
Mind Control getting body blocked in really effectively here. Man, Noya's doing a great job now. GH comes in and will be able to bully back the rest of the crew, but Mind Control may not have as easy of a lane as he thinks.
The arrow goes flying, GH gets some neutral, although he didn't get experience, so he's still not quite level 2. But yeah, the Outlast pick is definitely kind of the linchpin of the Liquid strat. That's gonna like kind of not necessarily pull everything together, but it gives them a hero that they're playing around.
Oh, up top, Darkseer in some serious trouble. A couple more bops. Noya, can he do this? Fairy Fire consume, mind control. He's getting low. First blood goes the way of Imperial. Now, Noya may be dead here, trying to gobble his way through the trees, but oh, the creeps, they're doing what they can. They're chasing him. He's juking and he's able to eat away through.
Oh no.
No, okay, nope, mispathing. And so he's just going to go ahead, buy himself some boots and die.
Yeah. Back to the Radiant, because Mind Control's damage was so long ago, so at least not that much gold being picked up by anyone.
Over here near the bottom, Hesta Joe could be in some trouble. Arrow, oh, just barely skirts by, but there we go. Faceless Void hit the bash key. Hesta Joe cannot get out of this. One more hit, and he's going to be a goner here. That's going to be Liquid keeping themselves on the board.
Matu's saying, I can play the Void. I may not hit the big Chronos, but I can hit the big bashes. That's a good Void player right there.
Yeah, man, that 1 point in time lock getting work done. So it's just going to be Ogre trying to do his best to keep everyone back. And I mean, Imperial loves their Ogre. It is a strong lane dominator, but against this much damage and lockdown, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah. Comes in, yeah, he's going to stay around for now and just pressure the Void a bit. But again, it's not all about the Void. Void doesn't have to free farm for this Liquid draft to work. They've got Miracle doing just fine mid lane against the Storm Spirit for now.
Storm Spirit getting the better of last hits for now. Ooh, back in the jungle. We're going to have Oracle in some trouble. Kuroki probably going to end up burning here. There's not really much you can do about it. Just briefly tossing out that Fortune's Edge to try to preserve life. Arrow connects onto the Batrider. Noya still chasing onto Kuroki. One more hit should be enough. They will find the kill, but is this too deep of a dive for Imperial right now? Looks like time dilation sprays out, and okay, they're going to be going back in, but Tubaman is burning, and it looks like Noya, I mean, he's in this for the long haul. He's just eating tower shots, but looks GH is able to block out the damage, and Void will be just fine now with Kuroki respawning and TPing back in. This is getting risky for Imperial.
Yeah. Wasn't deep enough, Annie. He should have gone in more. One more right click would have actually killed off the Void, but he did have a salve, so it would have been a very risky, probably unlikely to succeed dive. Top lane Mind Control's harassing Ace quite a lot up here. Rise coming in to help his buddy out, but without a Blade Fury, this is...
Well, he does have his mango that he can eat and then pop the healing ward out.
Mango Healing Ward could be the play. He's also got a skill point he can spend to get a second healing ward. But he's got enough HP, he should be just fine.
Yeah, he's just going to get bullied down a little bit. There we go, Mango gobbled up, and now he's actually looking to get back aggressive here. Surge away from the Darkseer means it's just going to go back to free farm. Now back down in the jungle. Mirana going to be leaping away from those ignites thrown at her, but definitely Imperial doing a good job keeping that control up.
Yep. So, all in all, pretty even trade, I'd say, as far as that bottom lane goes. Neither team getting major advantage out of it. Does feel like Liquid getting a bit more with the offlane Darkseer level 4 with the 12 CS to the Batrider's 5 CS. Perhaps where we see a bit of a differentiation between the two teams. Mid lane very even on farm, but that's probably Liquid Alchemist favored if anything, since that's the hero and player to watch out for this game.
Yeah, Baby Knight not feeling as dominant as last game in the lane, but he's definitely going to be scaling up nicely on that Storm Spirit Miracle. He's looking for this rune, and nice arrow there, connecting onto the Storm Spirit. This is a crucial point to get him down. He's level 5, and they will kill him off before he finds his level 6. GH going to continue to move forward, has the Starstorm. They just want to make sure they got the damage locked down. He's going to be sitting back, playing this one patient. The arrow's there for a point-blank shot if necessary. There we go, Starstorm coming in, but the one more hit is necessary, and the arrow goes onto the creep. Really unfortunate there. GH holds back to try to preserve mana, but in the end costs him a kill.
Yeah, I should have used it earlier for the double Starstorm hit, but I thought he had it without, so one of those things where you're trying to be efficient and it ends up not working out.
Ogre just goes and offs himself there to prevent any further gold going the way of Liquid.
Yeah.
Now back in the bottom, Hesta Joe could be in a little bit of trouble here. He's already popped his Firefly. He's going to be slowed down. Time dilation not going to be enough to get him down.
Yeah, that really sets the Storm back quite a lot. It's not just the fact you die, but you also die to the Alchemist. It's Alka decent chunk of gold as well as just space, but immediately following that there's a smoke up and they are looking to kill him off.
Oh, GH here in the jungle. Batrider goes in on the aggressive, but definitely bit off more than he could chew, and that is going to be a bat going down. He's still level 4, even after a solo lane, or a mostly solo lane. Hasn't found any space for himself.
And looking for Miracle, the Chemical Rage about to wear off.
This is going to be a great kill there. Baby Knight moving forward. And there we go. There's level 6 shown off by the Storm Spirit. TP comes in from the Mirana. It's not going to be in time to save the Alchemist. Arrow comes and will not catch onto the Ogre as well. So Imperial just go in. They get a free trade for themselves. And well, Baby Knight feeling good. He's low mana, so can't reinitiate onto the Mirana.
Yep. Has hit level 6, but probably just going to hope for some kind of... Oh, he's actually got an Arcane Rune at bottom lane still, so he can get there, get a double rune out of this. That's going to be really nice for him.
Oh, looks like Silencer's not going to let GH off so easily. They go in with the stun, they bring the damage. GH is going to be doing what he can with his magic stick, and there's going to be a TP back in from the Alchemist. If they're going to go for the kill, they've got to go now. They will get the kill onto the Mirana. It does cost them an Ogre, and now Miracle's back and he's angry.
He's got a regen rune and an Arcane Rune at the same
Alright,
time.
that's a little bit much.
Excuse me, Baby Knight.
This seems balanced.
Yeah, this is gonna be some good stuff. But
right.
Miracle with Chemical Rage can survive it.
He can survive a little bit. He's going to go through and get some farm, but he's definitely playing on his toes right now, knowing that Baby Knight has that regen. He can zip like all across the map.
Yep. And I mean, costs no mana whatsoever, but can't go for the kill.
Alright, meanwhile we've got some free space bottom as Batrider was killed off and hasn't quite returned to his death scene. Void's doing a really nice job keeping up in
Baby
terms of
Knight's
farm.
going in.
Oh man, mid lane, this is not going to be great. Miracle, are they going to get this? They turn around, they get the arrow. Can they keep Storm locked down? Looks like they might be able to get the kill. Nice drop there, double Starstorm from the Mirana.
Bait it. That's probably what Miracle's
throw.
thinking right now.
He doesn't have his level 6, so no lasso for reinitiation, but looks like Liquid are going to back off.
Baby Knight was trying to go big there. He knew the Chemical Rage would have worn off. He had the regen going, and he could just try and like play zip zap around the Alchemist there and kill him without Chemical Rage up. But really nice arrow, GH finding what was needed to turn it around, get the kill there, and the good little supposedly bait coming out.
It's like bottom lane, we're going to have a little bit of a trade of hits, but here we go. Noya just TP's out up top, realizing that he is not alone with the Oracle. Mind control can do some fun stuff. He's hit his level 6, but hasn't picked up his wall just yet, wanting to make sure he gets the items he needs to team fight before picking up his team fight skill.
Yep. Interesting going for a bottle. Not saying you see that often on the Darkseer, but give him the HP regen as well as a small amount of mana regen.
Alright, we haven't talked a whole lot about our Juggernaut. He's 0-0-0 in kill participation, but he's definitely feeling good in terms of overall last hits. He's
gone for the bottle as well.
Yeah, we got bottles everywhere. Everyone's drinking up.
Yeah. The nice thing about the bottle now is you can buy from that side shop. So something we've seen carries every now and then. Pick it up from the side shop with that one charge, and then you get the full bottle once you find a rune. So does give you some good. And considering you're versing a Darkseer as a Jug, you kind of want that HP and mana sustain.
Down bottom, a Tumberman Force just to go ahead and time walk away from the Batrider, but Imperial, they're actually rotating a lot of resources down here. Radiant Scan will reveal Noya walking through the woods. Whether they want to do anything about that, it's up to them, but I think they mean that Rise is going to be pretty alone. Do they follow the Silencer into the woods, or do they just go defend their structures?
Looks like they're going to group up around these Ancients. May look for a smoke here, GH and Kuro.
Miracle's going to be pinged out. Miracle might actually be the one in trouble here. He pops his Chemical Rage. There is going to be a Moonlight Shadow, but is that going to be enough? The arrow comes in, not going to connect onto anyone. There's going to be the Void moving forward. Has the Chrono. Is going to connect onto 2. Looks like they want to focus down this Silencer, making sure there's going to be no potential for silences in this fight. They're looking to turn onto Noya now. He's tanky, but is it going to be tanky enough? And looks like a nice flame break from Hesta Joe with the lasso now. He's choosing his target wisely, but man, another bash comes out from a Tumberman, and Liquid should be able to escape scratch-free from this.
Yeah, that first hit bash, stopping the bat from... He was going to run all over them and get, like, Firefly on top of 4 heroes there, but that bash slowed him down in his tracks.
Oh, poor little sentry ward here. Oracle just doesn't hit for enough damage, so Storm is able to pack faster and take out the Radiant.
Let's see what next couple moves are going to be. Liquid, it feels like they're the ones who can continue to make these plays. I've got decent levels in farm on the supports, even Mirana, level 6 about to hit level 7, so we'll have that max out Starstorm.
Right. Juggernaut with 2 bottles. There we go, he's dropping, they're sharing the wealth. Just going, and he's effectively playing the courier now. Smoke up Imperial.
once you use the Omni Slash, like Silencer is actually quite underleveled, but if you find a kill that could get you at least level 5, get you close to level 6, and they want to kill Miracle.
Oh, here we go. Smoke pops. They know Miracle's going to be on the low ground. Firefly comes forward. They are able to get off the Chemical Rage, but I think this Alch may still be dead. They bring in Baby Knight as well, and they will find the kill onto the Alchemist. Now they're looking for more. Kuroki should be next on the menu. Takes a solo Omni Slash. They're going to get the Oracle too, so Imperial with a nice smoke secure a free 2-0.
That was 2 +2s for the Silencer, some nice intel going his way. But more important than the intel on a support Silencer is just straight up killing an Alchemist. He's the hero that you're worried about taking control of this game if he gets a good Radiance timing. But Mind Control, that Invis Iron Shell.
Okay, Ace knows something's up here. Can they actually go for a kill here? Gonna try. Vacuum comes in. They just don't have enough damage with the healing ward to get it done. Now Ogre moving forward. They slap out some damage onto GH, but he's sustainable enough. He's got 8 charges on his stick.
Now he's not even going to come back mid lane. He just keep his bottom on respawn. So kind of showing that he's all about the farm right now. Also suggesting with the 404 build that he is not going to go for that fighting style out build that we saw earlier today coming out in the Alliance series. This will be much more the classic Radiance Manta Octarine build.
Yeah, definitely looking towards that long game. But speaking of long game here, our Juggernaut, I mean, he hopped into that one last fight, picked himself up 2 assists with a nice Omni Slash, but aside from that, he's just been farming. This Juggernaut very much focused on his mid to late game presence rather than early farming.
He's not going to be able to keep up with an Alch, though, is the kind of concern. You don't want to... But right now, you're between Omni Slash cooldowns, so when you have Omni Slash up, you want to go with your team, find a fight, maybe look for a smoke gank, but between Omni Slashes, farming is fine. So we'll see him, head back top, pressure the lane. Doesn't have Blade Fury.
Oh, this is something Faceless Foot wants to punish. He goes in for the Chrono. There is going to be a global silence here as Darkseer walks in, not able to go and get out that Vacuum. There we go. The Vacuum connects. They get the wall as well, and the Ion Shell doing enough damage. Darkseer picks up the credit for the kill on the Juggernaut, and they are able to find the Silencer as well. So Liquid take it right back the other way with a nice 0-2.
Yeah, Silence coming a little bit late if they wanted to save him, and what a clever rotation. Matu recognizing that he was just totally vulnerable having used that Blade Fury. So with an Iron Shell on himself, that Chrono Seer was going to do a lot of damage. It just means if you get the Blade Fury up during a Chrono, you're blocking just a decent amount of magic damage. Stuff like the time lock damage and all that, so definitely nice job capitalizing on that.
Yeah, Hester Joe picks up his Blink Dagger, so now we're going to see more participation from the Batrider. He's going to be able to go and get those jumps, and speaking of jumps, looks like Imperial are gearing up for something mid lane, trying to contest these Ancients, but aren't really able to go just yet. Don't have the damage. Rotation in from Baby Knight. He's taking the farm that he can get. Now they want to start something onto Noya. They bring in the Mirana as well. Noya's just eating up this damage. He's fine with it. Batrider moves in, blinks forward, gets the lasso, and they both find a kill on the Oracle. And it looks like Baby Knight now, without an ambulance, is going to be going in onto Miracle because he knows no one can save him. The Chemical Rage doing a lot of work. He's also got an armlet to keep himself healthy. They're going to turn targets instead onto GH, who is going to be burning low from the fire, from the Silencer, and finally with one more zip in from Baby Knight, that will be a dead Mirana.
This game's still pretty neck and neck. It's the Liquid
Mind Control surging himself into the problem here, trying to go onto Rise, and Rise does not have that much HP. He's feeling real flimsy in terms of armor, but now Ace joins his team. He's got himself the Omni Slash and is just going to jump straight in. Mind Control will get healed by the Oracle. Looks like that's not going to be a successful Juggernaut.
Too, I think.
Yep. He'll be fine. Little light's green.
That was a level 2 Omni Slash as well. He was waiting to level up before he used it. Got the level 2 Omni Slash before he came to the next fight and just didn't get any kills out of it. Now goes on cooldown while his team is set back. Big concerns for the Imperial side. They're just not doing enough to shut down the Alchemist farms. He's up to 9k net worth, well ahead of the pack. As his relic completed, and just waiting to finish off the full Radiance, and we'll see Liquid really pull away here. They just, the Void with the Darkseer is just looking like much scarier early. Often the problem with the safe lane Void is he's just not that scary of a carry when he ganks with Chrono, but the Iron Shell giving him that little bit of extra damage. We've seen a few of these fights. Void is such a tanky front line to have. He's got 1200 HP, he's got the Magic Wand, he's got Time Walk, and give him an Iron Shell, he does a lot of damage.
Oh, Moonlight Shadow having to pop out as Imperial are chasing Liquid out of their jungle. Looks like everyone will get out of scratch, although Hester Joe looking to go in Firefly, maybe wrap around a little bit. He's moving in. Chrono comes back forward. Matumba Man just, again, going back in. The arrow to keep that Batrider in place in case the Chrono didn't do a decent enough job.
Right. Well, as it stands, a ward does get planted with that move, but not really going to be okay considering you've lost your bat, you've lost your kind of timings here. I feel like Imperial were looking for this Batrider blink initiation with the global silence to start finding kills and taking key pickoffs, but they just haven't been able to coordinate. It's like a global silence up top that they wasted where it didn't even save the Juggernaut. Then Bat got his blink and they didn't have global. Now we're just seeing Bat go in, he gets chronoed, and by that point he needs to get the initiation off to use the global silence and have the Storm go bowling in to back him up, and I think Imperial will probably be just put off and probably go into a more farming oriented play now.
Yeah, the problem is, you know, you can farm all you want, but are you really able to withstand farming against an Alchemist who's just going to scale phenomenally? Now, Smoke mid lane, they're looking to make some ground up. As to Joe, moving in, but I don't think the Smoke's going to be too successful as Liquid are just not in the area.
A few heroes down here now. See if may get caught, but they're hugging their tower, and all of this is while Alk's kind of farming away at mid. He's got Radiant's Armlet.
Alka's gonna get rotated on. There's no more smoke to keep everyone sneaky, but they land a real clutch lasso. Oh, not with a haster in, man. He is just booking it out of there.
Yep, has the haste, has the chemical rage up, so not really gankable currently, and Void is pressuring the top lane, so close to Manta style complete, and that means he's going to have that global silence escape once that is online.
This is feeling a lot like game one, where Liquid are just making space for themselves. They're finding some push. They're not feeling really threatened by Imperial's rotations, and it's taking some time for Imperial to get that right-click damage online.
It feels like they're just ready for every move that Imperial's made. Like, anytime Imperial's going to come at them, they've had an answer ready, but see if they still do. Hester Joe.
Batrider goes in, lands the lasso. Global Silence immediately coming out. They're trying to prevent this Chemical Rage for as long as possible. There is going to be the Oracle going in, trying to help him out. Chrono coming in. It is another 4-man Chrono. It seems like no matter who you put the Void on, it's going to be successful. And a nice wall will make sure that Imperial do not get out alive. They're dropping everyone here. Triple kill for the Oracle. This is going to be a phenomenal fight. And there's the bash, of course. Baby Knight moves in. It's an ultra kill for the Oracle.
He's out of mana.
He's probably not in a good position there. He's going to do everything he can to get himself back home, but Miracle's hot on his heels. There's going to be that concoction channeled up. They're fighting under the tier 3s now.
No one else is
all right, Kuroki, he wants this so bad. Will he get the rampage? Come on, man. There we go. Doesn't count as a rampage, but I think it counts with us.
All right, and that's a rampage in my book.
Oh yeah, check plus.
They actually left him the kill too. That was Miracle's like, here you go, Kuro, you can have it.
I mean, that's just style points. Now, Miracle will end up falling in the woods here. I don't think he gets out of this one, so that's going to be at least something Imperial have to show for themselves, but it was not a great fight. Ace, he's ready to go back in. He doesn't have Omni, but he's just ready to spin and chase after. He's got the phase boot, so they do get the Oracle, and now, with all those kills on him, that's 500 gold straight to the Juggernaut.
Yeah, that was interesting. I mean, the Storm kill is a pretty high value kill, but losing Miracle to get it and all that, not worth it in the end.
I think that was a little bit of flashy plays going on, just ensuring that Kuroki has a nice time.
Yeah, he's probably telling Miracle, like, you get me this rampage.
Now Zip in. Mind Control could be in some trouble. He doesn't have to surge up for another second. He goes and mechs himself, but he's just going to get stun locked in place. He tries to surge. Do they have the speed to catch up to them? Baby Knight's fresh out of mana. Storm Spirit does end up getting the kill, and that's going to be almost 800 gold going straight to Baby Knight.
That's his completed Bloodstone, so very nice item to have at this stage. He needs to start getting some kills with his team. Look for that next Lasso plus Global Silence, which is back up in 10 seconds, so you can start getting some Bloodstone charges working on Orca. This game could be salvageable for Imperial, but it's still a big if and a lot of conditions that need to kind of be met for the comeback to start happening. There's so much farm on not just the Alchemist, but the Void at this point. The Darkseer is almost equal farm with the Storm. The supporting cast, the Mirana, has an Aghanim Scepter. GH is dishing out damage in these fights. It's 4 cores all doing all kinds of stuff in this game.
So right now we just see Imperial trying to play safe. They know they're at a disadvantage right now in terms of overall net worth. It's going to be about 12,000 in favor of Liquid. A lot of that is sitting on the Alchemist. So if Imperial are somehow able to go and lock down the Alchemist 2 or 3 times in a row, there is definitely a window for Imperial to get back in this, but it's getting tougher and tougher.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those big bags of money that if they can find him, take him out, that'll be some nice comeback money. They've got the Storm with the Bloodstone now, so Bloodstone charges are going to be kind of key for them. They want to find ways to just get these big pickoffs, use the initiation of the Batrider, but Liquid, perhaps recognizing that a threat's coming their way, they're going to remain grouped up themselves. They're smoking. They're kind of using Miracle as bait even, it seems.
Moonlight Shadow coming in. They're not going to be able to find anyone here unless they want to go dive in some tier 4s for Noya. It seems like Imperial are content with their little window of space. Now, let's talk a bit about our Juggernaut here. He's going to be going definitely for that farming build like you talked about. His Battle Fury almost complete. We're at 20 minutes though.
It's a late Battle Fury, but I think something Ace recognized. Like, I'm not keeping up. We're also not able... They can't really 5v5 fight too easily outside of if they land like the perfect lasso global silence initiation, but even then it's like you're killing one hero, you're not killing everyone, so he wants to go into like more late game items. This is just going to help him farm, but ultimately he's not going to be able to keep up even with the Battle Fury. Alka's more than double his net worth.
Trying to go for that tier 2 for tier 2 trade, but right now Liquid are just pushing faster. Imperial aren't able to get up to the structures fast enough to...
Yeah, it's going to be a top tier 2 for the mid tier 2, Annie. the two dire ones. Not sure the dire team's going to be getting my tiles off.
Well, they were trying. They were going in that bottom lane, but now looks like they may lose too. There's going to be the global silence. Really, really well timed as there was a chrono coming right for them, but looks like Matumba Man is going to go back in. We'll still find the chrono onto 2. Storm Spirit zipping on through, trying to do what he can on the back lines, but is it really going to be enough? There's going to be a stun popped up by the Ogre, but he himself is going to get stunned up and will be killed. Now Juggernaut going to try to spin his way to freedom up onto the high ground. Matumba Man will get another bash, but does have to retreat. Meanwhile, Mind Control is just going to be picking up the kills, picks off the silencer, and that's going to be another 0-for-3 Imperial. They're really feeling this deficit.
Yeah, that's a bit brutal. I mean, all the lines being drawn, just like go, go, go. But perhaps they're going to consider stopping off a Roche or something.
I mean, they do still have a tier 1 to deal with down bottom.
Yeah, that's still a thing. And they're kind of reaching that point where Miracle's going to be 6-slotted so early on in this game. You can kind of reach that 6-slotted Alk around like 28 minutes and then you're
Ags.
Unstoppable.
Who gets the first Ags?
Probably Void. Yeah, Void's, I mean, he's a carry, so he benefits a lot from the stats, and Void Ag's very good as well.
Hester Joe revealing himself to guard these Ancients and guard the Roche Pit, and Liquid's not going to go for it just yet. They want to play this one safe. They know they got an advantage. They know that the Alchemist is going to continue to scale up pretty nicely for the next couple of minutes, so why not just wait until it's a super favorable Liquid fight?
Yep, no rush. They're going to just back off, continue having Miracle farm. He's doing his stacks and whatnot.
In terms of vision right now, Radiant, they're doing a pretty good job. They got 3 aggressive wards going up. You got this classic cliff ward, you got one down near the secret shop, you got another one over here in the river, so they're definitely keeping up their appearances, but Imperial, they've got some good aggressive wards for themselves as well. Meanwhile, as to Joe, he's trying to burn Miracle down, not going to commit the lasso for that. He's going to force Oracle to go.
No backup anywhere.
Yeah,
he's just being annoying.
He's just trying to keep eyes on the Ancient Pit, but instead it just opens up a path for Miracle to get even more farm.
Yep. Liquid's hunting though. They've searched up the Void, he's looking to run in.
Able to de-ward this dire ward over here, but Void, he's got his eyes on bigger prizes. Going for the Chrono, you thought he was gonna cast it there. He had it highlighted, doesn't actually hit it. Another first hit bash, and oh man, the Storm Spirit zips its way into the Chronosphere. Baby Knight may get locked down after this. Matumba Man is gonna be almost fresh out of mana, and the arrow, oh, so close. There's another little zip from Baby Knight to get himself out of that, but oh man, if you're the Storm Spirit right there, you're probably just screaming on the inside, landing inside the Chrono.
That's tough for him. Really well played by Matu, just going on the aggressive, knowing that there's nothing that can really stop him. He's got the Oracle to back him up, he's got the Darkseer Iron Shell and a potential like Blink Vacuum Wall combo, but Mind Control doesn't even need to use his combo. Like the Vacuum Wall isn't used, he's just using the Iron Shell, providing the sustain with the Arcane's the mech for his team, and it's just a almost insurmountable item lead more than anything at this point. The cause of Liquid just in much better shape to actually fight. I mean, he's behind on net worth, and he's behind on net worth with a Battle Fury, so there's no way that he's going to farm.
Yeah. Let's talk a bit more about the support silencer.
Yep.
It's something that the panel had doubts about. You look at the net worth, he's sitting at a whopping 1,400 net worth. It is not looking so great.
No, it's not. They haven't really felt too scary around that global silence. Oh, arrow lands.
And they actually lock down the Batrider, though. He's pretty mobile. Look at the damage that Starstorm does. We've got Baby Knight zipping forward, trying to get something done. Will go in, trying to initiate, but realizes it's too many heroes. Is able to back out. Rise still alive, standing in the acid spray, doing some damage. And looks like Imperial, they're not going to lose heroes, but they are going to lose the remainder of their outer towers.
I've seen Imperial do, I mean, normally they play the core mid silencer, but I've seen them often do the silencer with Batrider duo. But they always found ways to find these big pickoffs constantly using Lasso plus Global Silence, and we haven't seen that at all this game. The one time it felt like they were going to do it, Matu gets a really nicely timed Manta style pop so he doesn't get lassoed, and Liquid just haven't fallen prey to that combo. So they've really managed to maintain a good level of farm on Alchemist and just continue to pull well ahead of Imperial.
Faceless Void crawling around, maybe looking for some sort of initiation, but gonna let Imperial off for now. I mean, Imperial are feeling a little bit strangled. They're still getting some farm on their Juggernaut, but like you mentioned, he committed for the Battle Fury, but still isn't farming fast enough to compete with the cores on Liquid. Now, channel up of the Unstable Concoction for Miracle. He may end up going in, and that's gonna be an Ogre, just chopped to bits, standing in the acid spray. He can't do anything about it, and there's gonna be a Chrono coming back forward. Storm Spear, can he zip out of here fast enough? Another drop of the Starstorm means GH will secure the kill, and that's going to be a lot more gold going in. Imperial getting picked off left and right, and Liquid are just feeling unstoppable right now.
Yeah, just one by one. There are some low respawn timers, so they may be back alive to have one last fight for their racks here in mid lane. Storm's Bloodstone, as well as just the low levels of the support, giving Imperial another shot at a fight. But on the Liquid side, there's no Chrono, but there is still a vacuum wall.
Baby Knight, he's trying to make an impact here, but his mana pool is just too low. He's got 8 Bloodstone charges, and it's just too early on. He's pretty underleveled. He's only level 14 at 26 minutes in, and he can't find the pickups he needs because Liquid are clumping up so tightly.
Yeah, that's a melee racks, and the objective Liquid were after. They've just got this low cooldown on the Manta as well as Chemical Rage with the Octarine core now up.
He wast to go in. He was thinking about that blink last. There will be an Omni Slash bouncing around. We got the Global Silence popped out. Imperial are doing everything they can, but the back wall is doing too much work. Ace just drops like it's hot, and now they're going to be going on the Ogre as well. Imperial are just getting wiped left and right. You've got Baby Knight with low mana just trying to zip his way to freedom. And he's going to be relying on his bottle sips just to get there. He's picking up the makings of an Orchid, but it's still not completed. Almost 30 minutes in the game, and now he's just sitting in the trees. Oh, he's going to get slowed down. Diffusal up by the Void, and the bashes! But Tumba Man, please relax with those. And the GG comes out as Imperial just feel helpless.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can see there all the GG well plays. That was really well played by Liquid. Both games in this series was very impressive. I think Liquid just looking a level above Imperial. I mean, Imperial, I don't even feel like they got outdrafted these games. I think it was much more outplayed. The Liquid cores, the supports just seemed to be landing their spells better. They had a much clearer purpose with their movements.
I mean, that is a relieved-looking Team Liquid.
Yeah, they got to be feel good about that. This is a team who isn't playing the upcoming